not the technology that I wanted to be using, and I apologize that once again you could not hear me using the BeLive tech. So here I am on my phone again trying to reach out to all of you, and I know there are a handful of people with me over on the other Facebook Live, but I'm hoping you will all see that this has popped up and join me here. So obviously you didn't hear anything I said again, and I apologize for that. But I want to just jump in and welcome you to day 3 of Back to School Parenting Bootcamp. I'm really excited that you're here. Today I'm showing up on my Facebook page, my Childproof Parenting Facebook page, and I'm going to post this back to our private group. But I wanted to make sure that those people that have just found me had the opportunity to join us in bootcamp, because we still have a few more days. And if you missed a few days, which if you're just finding me now is the case, you will get everything that you missed at the end of bootcamp. So I just want to assure you, you will get everything else that everybody else has had or done. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix this, but it doesn't look like I have that option right now. So today I just wanted to first check in on some of the practices that we've been working on. I've kind of loaded a lot on you in a very short amount of time, and the goal isn't to be perfect and do it all right. It's just to experiment and try some new things. So on the first day we talked about the importance of self-care, and as a parenting practice that is uber important, because if we are not taken care of, we cannot be calm, we cannot be patient, we cannot be thoughtful in how we respond to our kids. So we all set some practices, and we chose one thing that we are all going to do for self-care this week. Thank you, Nikki. It looks like Nikki could hear me, so thanks so much for giving me the thumbs up. Sorry about the other form of Facebook living with you. It totally sucks. It just doesn't work. I'm giving up. So we talked about self-care. Yesterday, we also talked about how we can connect with our kids and stay calm when things start to escalate. So we talked about using empathy as a parenting strategy. And I asked everybody to pick kind of a one-liner just to practice, and so that way it's accessible in the moment. So I love all the feedback that I got and all of these practices that you are all willing to take on. And today I layered on another practice, and that practice is sharing power and control with your child, because no matter what age they are, there are probably power struggles in your relationship and in your family. So the thing that I suggested trying was offering limited choices. With limited choices, there's obviously a limit, but they have some control or some choice. And in offering limited choices, you only offer 2 things, 2 that you're okay with, and 2 you're willing to follow through on. And I gave you some examples of how to offer those choices. Now, I had a few people respond to today's practice or today's workout, and I wanted to respond to them because some of it was in the question form. Some people wanted just verification. So I'm going to respond, and I printed them out just so I had them here and I didn't have to rely on technology. So first of all, Joanna said one of her daily struggles with her 6-year-old is getting dressed. Her child wants to wear the same clothing every day, and of course when they're purchased, she only purchased one set of them, and she's very attached to certain things. So she wants to know how she deals with the daily struggle when it's an absolute that she can't wear the exact same thing every day, especially when it's dirty. And she says things like, no, you cannot wear yesterday's clothes since they're dirty. Here are your options. So that, I like the idea that you're giving her options. We can talk a little bit more about what those options are, but I think you'll find more success if you don't start your response with no. Okay, no really puts up the defenses. So maybe instead of starting with no, you can't wear it, you can start with yes, you can wear it when it's clean. Absolutely. That creates a different feeling, a different reaction in our children when we start with yes versus no. So noticing that yes, absolutely, and today we've got your jumper or the dress we got for back to school. What would be better for you? So offering 2 specific things that she can wear that you're okay with and that you're going to follow through on. So if she doesn't pick, not a big deal. You just pick for her. Now, she may not be happy about it, and that's okay, because your job is not to make your child happy all the time. The more that you use limited choices in this way, the more your child's going to realize it's in their best interest to make the choice, because they realize quickly that if they don't choose, then you will make that choice for them. So hopefully that answers your question. So a little bit tweak, instead of starting with the no, start with the yes. Absolutely. That is such an amazing outfit. I'm going to make sure it gets clean the next day, by next week, whenever. And here's what we have to wear today. So that's a little bit different. Like I said before, we're just making small tweaks to what you're already doing. Okay, so I also wanted to respond to Jennifer. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Sorry. Jennifer said, trying to use this today to get one of the 19-month-olds I look after to come in. Would you rather hold my hand or James's hand? Worked like a dream, but then at nap, it was a struggle to get them to settle. Even giving some choice, would you rather sleep at this end or the other end? Worked for about 2 seconds. Any advice for choices during nap? I have about 4 children ages 18 to 3 months sleeping in the same room at the same time. Well, geez, there is very small chance you're gonna get that to go smoothly every day. I can't even imagine trying to get 4 kids to sleep at the same time in the same room, all under 3 years old. So you've got some lofty goals there, Jennifer. But what I would say is, in this situation, it would be most helpful if you gave them lots of limited choices moving towards nap time, because they will then see that they're making these choices to get to that place. So we don't want to just offer choices when we're in the power struggle. We want to offer lots of choices to avoid power struggles, so they make that final choice to go to sleep when we need them to go to sleep. So do you want to get in the bed by yourself, or do you want me to get in the bed? Do you want to switch off the light? You want me to switch off the light? Do you want one more book before bed, or tuck in before bed? So there's lots of little things that we can offer before they actually fall asleep. So that's what I would say here is offer these little guys as many choices leading up to nap time, because as they're making those choices, they're also making the choices to take a nap. And the limit is, hey, it's nap time. Do you want to turn the light off now, or do you want me to turn the light off? So we start with that limit. It's nap time now. We're going to bed, and we give them lots of little choices. So I hope that helps you. I also want to respond. I see Joanna. So instead of no, but say yes and. Absolutely. So you can say yes and. You don't have to say and, but I think just starting with what they can wear, what they can have, when they can wear it. Absolutely. This is amazing outfit. We love it. So staying really positive versus like throwing down the hammer right away, because they are going to be resistant, right? We are engaging in this power struggle. Okay. Hi, Trisha. Saw you just got on. Awesome. I'm going to try to keep tracking as you are asking questions and posting, but I want to also, actually, Trisha, this was yours. So add in more if there's more you want me to respond to. So what you said was the struggle with food. Oh my. Would you like new food or before or after what you're used to eating? You can either dip it in this or dip it in that. Also, prepping them ahead of time that a new food will be at dinner to taste. So remind me again, I can't remember how old your kiddos are, Trisha. That makes a big difference with food. I think just like the example I gave with Jennifer about going to bed, we can give lots of choices leading up to this challenge. And I think just acknowledging that the biggest power struggles have things to do with our children's physical body. So what goes in their body, what goes on their body, what's coming out of their body, where they put their body. So eating, sleeping, getting in the car seat, all of those things tend to be the biggest challenges. So I think there are lots of choices you can give. 7 and 3, perfect. Thank you. So I think there are lots of choices you can give them leading up to mealtime. And it can be what plate they use. Do you want the Superman plate or the Spider-Man plate? Do you want to sit in your booster or the high chair? Do you want milk or juice? Do you want to put the broccoli on the plate, or do you want me to put the broccoli on the plate? Do you want 3 pieces of broccoli or 4 pieces of broccoli? So I think just offering them lots of choices leading up to it being on the plate, the more they're involved with getting that food to the plate, the more likely they're actually going to consume it. Now, I hear there's a lot of resistance to new food, which is very typical. So please, you're not alone in this. What I would say is I've worked with a pediatric dietitian, and her name is Brandy Olden. She's fantastic. And what Brandy says is most children need about 21 exposures to a new food before they're able to chew and enjoy it. So just being on their plate, allowing them, maybe not the 7-year-old, but the 3-year-old, allowing them to play with it. I also suggest, and this comes from Brandy as well, is allowing them to chew it and spit it out, because our children's taste buds are much stronger than ours. So being mindful that this might not be a great taste, and it's a much stronger taste than we're experiencing. So we just need to have as much exposure to these new foods as possible. And it's not like spit it all over the table, but you can chew it up and spit it back in your napkin as long as you try it. So we're just going to keep doing that for as many times as possible. We're not going to get in the power struggle of you need to eat it, you're not getting this, we're not going to bribe, we're not going to threaten, because that just creates the power struggle around this food. So just keep presenting those new foods. They don't always have to eat it. I would suggest, and this is once again coming from Brandy's work, is definitely include things they like on their plate in addition to the things they don't like on their plate. And let them eat those things first. It's totally fine. Okay, yeah, the epic meltdown with the new food on the plate the other night for the 7-year-old. Right, so, some of this is just exposure and letting them know, like, hey, it's okay. You don't have to eat it, but all of us are having broccoli for dinner tonight. We all have broccoli on our plate, no problem. So just being like as cool and calm as possible, and that's why that empathetic statement is so important. Like, oh man, it looks like you don't like broccoli, or oh, you sound really frustrated that there's new food on your plate, or oh dude, yeah, broccoli is so different than everything else we've tried. So just kind of acknowledging it and staying cool and calm, right? That's key, because when we start to get frustrated and angry, they start to too, and they're not interested in eating when they're escalating and frustrated and they feel like they're being engaged in a power struggle. So I hope that answered your question. I also saw Shakita and Steven look like they were going to join us, and I don't know if they're here with us right now. Sarah, homework. We always get there eventually, but it takes 20 minutes to convince them to do mere 20 minutes of homework. Oh, I love, this is another huge one that comes up all the time, homework. So, Sarah, I don't know if you just jumped in right now, but some of the things that I was mentioning before was offering lots of choices leading up to that time. So maybe homework happens right when they get home from school, or maybe right after dinner. So maybe you offer choices in the order of things like, hey, I'm going to make a snack right now. Do you want to eat your snack before you do homework or after you do homework? So the order in which things happen, when he says, I want to do homework after I have my snack, he has said out loud, I'm going to do my homework. He's more likely to do it because he says it out loud. So he's making that choice. I think where kids do homework is a great option. Do you want to sit here at the kitchen counter when I'm making dinner, or do you want to go in your room and sit at your desk? Do you want to use a pencil or an erasable pen? Do you want to start it off by yourself, or do you need me to sit down and help you? So there's lots of choices we can give them leading up to homework, and some of them don't have anything to do with it, right? Like the snack. In what order? Do you want me to come and let you know when 20 minutes are up, or do you want to set a timer? So I think just being mindful that we don't get to the power struggle and then start offering choices. We want to fill their control bank account. If their control bank account is depleted, then we're going to have a much harder time getting them to cooperate. Now I see you. Sorry, Joanne, I want to catch up with all you. Talk to them about the food and use their own senses. What does it look like, smell like? Absolutely. So just ask questions about it. Be curious. Let them tell you about the food. That's kind of a side. I like that strategy. It's not giving choices. Maybe you could offer some choices. Does that broccoli look like a tree, or does it look like a mushroom? So we can throw in choices in describing it as well. Lindsay jumped in. She said the morning routine, getting ready in a timely manner of studying instead of playing with toys. This is a constant struggle with my 8-year-old. I'm so glad you brought this up, Lindsay, and I have something for you later this week. I think I have it planned either for tomorrow tomorrow or Friday. I can't remember which order. I keep changing everything up. But I have something that's definitely going to help you, but I think offering lots of choices around what needs to happen next. Instead of telling our kids what they need to do, like, hey, sweetie, go get your clothes on. We can say, hey, you know what? You need to brush your teeth and get dressed. What do you want to do first, right? Or do you need me to help you get dressed, or can you get dressed by yourself? As kids get older, they don't want us to help. So when we give that option, they're more likely to say, no, I'm going to go do it by myself. I'm not sure what other things are going on in your morning routine, but I want to make sure that I address it. You have an 8-year-old, so they're probably pretty independent. So you can, sometimes the issue is lagging with breakfast. So do you need 5 more minutes to finish up or 10 more minutes to finish up? So you are offering 2 choices you're okay with. So you're willing to allow for 10 more minutes. If your child is a lollygagger and you need them to get it done, then it's maybe, do you want 3 more minutes or 5 more minutes? So only 2 choices you're okay with and you're going to follow through on, and make sure that that choice isn't a threat. And sometimes we kind of get into that rut because that's easy and we think that threat's going to motivate them, but it really works against us. So don't say, like, you know what, you can either eat your breakfast or be starving at school today. That is not a really helpful choice. And I hear this at restaurants too, like, you can either sit there and eat or we're leaving. If you're not willing to leave, then you can't offer that as a choice. That's really a threat. So I just wanted to bring that up because we often, throw in a threat as a choice, and that's not really a choice. So another thing, Lindsay, that in thinking about getting ready in the morning, you could also offer some of these choices at night before bed. Do you want to pick out your clothes right now or before you get out of bed in the morning? Or do you want me to help you pick out your clothes before you go to bed, or do you want to pick them out before you go to bed? So maybe there's a few things that you can do in the evening together and offer her some choices around that. Or just like when she wants to get, pick out the clothes. I don't know if I said this already. I have a really terrible head cold, sorry, so I'm not like thinking super clearly. So hopefully that was helpful, Lindsay. Please let me know if I can be more specific or add any more clarification. Trisha says, I like the idea of allowing them to even spit it out or not try it as long as it's present at the meal. Yeah. So once again, this is coming from my friend Brandy Olden, who is a pediatric dietitian. This is her suggestion, and it's actually been really helpful with the families that I work with. Trisha said, for getting ready in the morning, we have some magnets with things that they need to get done. My child gets to move them from the to-do to the done. That's awesome. And we're going to talk more about this, having clear routines laid out for our kids, being very explicit about what needs to get done during these periods of time. I'm not going to go into that now because we've got a whole day where we're going to focus on that. But I love that you brought that up. I think that's a really fantastic tool to use. And I'm going to have some suggestions for parents of younger kids and then parents of older kids as well. So, those routines definitely make a big difference. For getting ready in the morning. Okay, I think what you just wrote me, Trisha, got cut off. What just happened there? Okay. Forgetting, or maybe this isn't working for me. What? Let's see. Okay. Oh, there we go. For getting ready in the morning, we have, okay. Oh no, that's, for some reason that got a special little pin. Maybe I did that. I don't know. Okay, so anything else that y'all want to bring up, questions, particular struggles, like I had suggested before, pick one time of day. Pick one particular struggle and just focus on giving lots of limited choices around that challenge. I don't want you to have to be thinking about every moment in your day or every challenging moment. I just want you to start with one time a day. And I love the getting ready in the morning or getting ready for bed or getting kids down for naps. So just pick your one thing for this week. Like I had mentioned yesterday on our Facebook Live, I usually work on these things with families for about a week or two. So I'm throwing a lot at you. I just want to bring some of these things to your awareness. You're probably already doing a lot of this stuff, and it's just a reinforcement, a reminder, or a way to tweak what you're already doing to make it even more effective than it is right now. All right, so let's see here. Anything else? Okay. Okay. I think I read that already. We're good. All right. Well, if there aren't any other questions or challenges or concerns, I'm going to sign off for today. I look forward to hearing about how this goes tomorrow. So please be sure to post to our private Facebook group. If you are checking us out right now, you can join the boot camp. We are in med session, but it's not too late, and you will get updates on the things that you missed. So don't worry. I will include a link below of this Facebook Live so you can sign up if you're interested. And we just have a few more days, so I want to make sure that I'm here for you. I'm able to answer your questions. We only have a really short amount of time to be together, but I think that, you know, the amount of time and energy you're investing right now in this short amount of time is going to make a huge difference in the way that you parent and the relationship that you have with your child. So be on the lookout for your next workout number 4 tomorrow morning, and I will see you live to chat with you, answer questions, and give you some ideas. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.